Assalamu Alaikum everyone, I'm Ahmed and I'm your computer scientist. So in this video, I'll be teaching you how to install Pycharm, the best integrated development environment for Python. So head over to your browser and type in Pycharm and click on the link that says www.jetbrains.com. And this is the official website for Pycharm and other IDEs that might be the IntelliJ for Java, Golang for Go language, and many others. So here is our Pycharm IDE. We click on the download button. So here we have the professional and community, and we have other options for Pycharm um, operating systems, other options for operating systems, but for me I'm going to use the Windows operating system. The professional is promoted, it's paid, but the community is free. It only has Python, pure Python com compilation. So I'm going to download the community version, and it's downloading here. It will take me a bit too long, so I'm gonna stop my video here, and when the download is completed, I'll meet you guys there. My PyCharm has been downloaded. I'm gonna go to the downloads and click on it. Gonna go next. I'm gonna change my directory. I have no space in my C directory. Next. For me, I want a 64-bit launcher as my desktop shortcut, but I don't use shortcut, so I don't need to check that. Update context menu, and you would have to check this. Check the create associations.py and then update path variable, and also to add paths to environmental variables. Next, install. So now you see it's installing, and I'm gonna again pause this video for now, and when it's installed I'll come back and present you other features of Pycharm Community Edition. So my Pycharm has been successfully installed. It asked me to restart my computer right now, but I want to manually reboot it later. So finish. It's not going to open automatically, so I'm gonna open it myself. One thing about Pycharm is that Pycharm is really heavy. Our setup version was of 400 MB, a 0.4 GB you can say. If you had installed Pycharm before, you could choose a configuration folder where you have like your installed plugins and all other. But for now, I don't want to import any of those configurations. So if you want to do that, do not import settings. Your choice. Now it asks us to set the theme. What I like the most and other people like the most is the Dracula theme, the dark one uh, is represented by this. Or if you want, you can check the light theme, which is very cool. But for me, I'll check the Dracula theme. Next, featured plugins. These are the plugins. For now, we are not going to use any of those, so we click on Start using Pycharm. So here we either have to create new project, open a project, or get off from a version control. So I'm gonna click on create new project. I'm gonna name it. Uh, let's name it for Pycharm for now, because I'm gonna show you how to use and install Pycharm plugin. And we just have to click on create. So it's loading our project, creating the virtual environment where our libraries and packages would be stored. One cool thing of Pycharm is that it every time you open every new day you open Pycharm, there's this box that appears on top of it saying tip of the day. Here you can have many tips such as keyboard shortcuts that are really good to use, and it has unlimited tips. If you click on, just keep clicking on next tip, they will never close. Okay, so close. Still creating my virtual environment. It doesn't take very long to create project, but the first time you install PyCharm and create a new project, it takes really long to load. I guess everything has been loaded. Yes, and here we have our PyCharm Community Edition ID. So this is just a bunch of text that PyCharm produces for us, and let's just browse our PyCharm ID. Click on File, and here we have options of new project, new scratched files, opening project, saving, open recent project. In now in settings we have many other options that we can use and do. So appearance and behavior. In appearance and behavior you can choose what kind of themes you want, what kind of the appearance of the PyCharm community edition you want. So I have here my themes: Dracula, Windows 10 Lite, IntelliJ Lite, High Contrast, but I want to use Dracula for now. You can go on and play with the other themes if you want, but for me I'm not gonna use any of those. So here is the font, and if you click on use custom font, it will ask you to select a font you like. So, and I don't even want to select any font from here. I'm gonna deselect it. Accessibility, port screen readers, use contrast scroll bar. Okay, leave that out. Menus and toolbars. What should be there? Let's just jump to the editor plugins. Now, plugins in Pycharm are powerful kind of tools that help you work with Pycharm very easily. So, in the installed plugins, we have many plugins that Pycharm installs automatically. It's a default installation. Here we have text bundles. It highlights text for as kind of errors or showing how many variables are in are named as one terminal, which uses the terminal where you run your Python files. Uh, Here we have Github, which is very powerful, and it uses to push your repositories to GitHub. If you don't know what GitHub is, I'll be uploading a video later on to tell you what GitHub actually is. Windows 10 Lite theme, I'm not using this for now. It's already installed. I don't know how. Okay, so let's browse the marketplace. Now, the first thing I need you to search is Python live coding in Python. Now, very kind of this is a very kind of a strong tool where you can live code in Python. What I mean by this is that when you are coding in Python and you click on the live button, when you click on the live button and start typing in your Python code, that Python code will be automatically executed every time you press a key. I think you didn't understand it, but I'll make sure you understand it clear in just a second. Let's install this one. So we have it installed. So I want you to search in rainbow brackets, and this rainbow bracket is a powerful tool where you can make your brackets or code look much easier and much styling. So here we have an example. Uh, this code has a lot of curly braces, and when you have a lot of curly braces or curly brackets or square brackets, it's hard to identify which one belongs to which, means which starting curly braces belong to which ending curly braces. So this is a very powerful tool. It can easily show you the results. So I'm going to install, and now I so highlight bracket there, and this is also a very great tool where when you're working inside, you can say single quotes, double quotes, curly braces, curly brackets, square brackets. When you're working inside those objects, inside those code blocks, this highlight bracket plugin automatically colors them up, highlights them. It is very powerful and can help you uh, get along with your code very quickly. So I'm going to install it, highlight, and you see here it asks me to restart IDE. This is because some of the plugins won't work if we don't start the IDE. So, but for now, we will be browsing other IDEs, other I mean plugins. So let's type here Neon Progress. So here we have Neon Progress Bar. It is a awesome tool just for fun stuff. If you want, you can download it. What this does is whenever something loads or the loading line goes on, the this kind of a figure comes in and shows us what our loading process is. You can install that, and you can try out many other mm, progress bars such as these I have here. For now, I don't want to install this at all. So let's apply all of these. I have applied, and now I want to restart my IDE just for highlight bracket pair. Start IDE. You can go on and play with those plugins. There is no kind of a harm on installing those plugins, but you would have to do that in your own risk, because sometimes these plugins might be troublesome for you. And now I have restarted my IDE, and let's see what we get here. So you see the highlights work very perfectly. When I click on something inside of code blocks that contain curly braces, curly brackets, or square brackets, they are highlighted very perfectly, and this is very perfect. So, and here we have these start live coding for Python, and these are just like to run the start live coding. When you click on this and start coding in your Python editor, it will automatically run each time you type a keyword. So I'm not gonna try out this for now. uh, I think it's the end of our video. So if you want, you can. Now I think there's something missing over here. Yes, project Pycharm. Now, I want you to learn about this project Pycharm, which just appears by the name of your project. So this is the most important thing you need. First of all, we are going to look at the Python interpreter, and here we have setup, tools, and fix. Here are where your Python packages and libraries are installed, and you can install them by clicking on this plus icon, and you can see it has a keyboard shortcut Alt Insert. Just clicking on Alt and then here is it. I don't know. And here we have the Python libraries and packages. There might be a millions of them, billions of them. You can search any. You can search for any Python library. Such as I'm gonna just type in. Um, what is Numpy? I'm just gonna click on Numpy. It's a built-in module, but I'm gonna show you how to install libraries and packages inside of Pycharm. So I'm gonna just click on this install package. This installing. It might take a bit too long as some packages and libraries are too heavy. Python. I'm just gonna cancel that for now because NumPy is a built-in module, built-in library for Python. So next we have when I close my install configuration, NumPy will, you can say automatically. Good thing about this Pycharm. Now for project structure where you have your folders, your scripts and many others. So here we have V and env. This is known as virtual environment. This is where your Python packages and libraries are stored instead of Python compilation or compiler. You can say. Okay, so we're gonna click on OK for now, and that's it. But you can go on and browse other things over here. We have many other things that you can do. So I'm gonna stop this video right now.